Who can prepare dinner for Mr. Kang tonight? The last 4 chefs failed. Amma, you're cooking for Mr. Kang tonight.
Amma Osei stood in the basement kitchen and tried to stop her hands from shaking. She held a knife, but it felt heavy, like it was made of lead. Around her, 5 other people were chopping vegetables. They all looked very serious. They wore clean white chef coats that looked brand new. Amma wore a black shirt she had washed 3 times that week and a pair of black trousers that were a little too short. She was the only black person in the room. She was the only woman too. The air smelled of garlic and expensive oil. It was quiet, except for the sound of knives hitting cutting boards. Click, click, click. She was not here for the money, though she desperately needed it. Her bank account had 187,000 won left. Rent was due in 10 days. But that was not why her hands shook. She was here because of a photograph tucked in her grandmother's recipe notebook. Her father, young and smiling, standing beside a Korean man in a suit. On that man's wrist was a gold watch with a dragon clasp. Last month, Amma saw that same watch in a news photo on Kang Min-jun's wrist. Everyone in Seoul knew what the Kang family did. They ran things in the dark. Amma had come to Korea 3 years ago to find out what happened to her father. Her grandmother's dying words had revealed the truth. He did not die in a car accident in Ghana. He died in Seoul, working for dangerous people, murdered. So Amma was doing something stupid. She was walking into the den of the lion to see if he had eaten her father. The door at the end of the kitchen opened. A man walked in. He was tall and wore a black suit. He did not look like a chef. He looked like someone who solved problems with his fists. He looked at the 5 candidates. His eyes were cold. He did not smile. "You will cook your signature dish," he said.
You will cook your signature dish. You have 45 minutes. He will taste it. Then he will ask questions.
Then he will ask questions. He pointed to the first candidate. "You, come with me." One by one, the chefs went through the door. Amma watched them. The first one came back looking pale. The second one looked angry. The third one looked like he might cry. The fourth one stormed out and did not even look back. Amma's heart beat faster. She touched the pocket of her trousers. Her grandmother's notebook was there. She had brought it with her. She did not know why. Maybe it was luck. Maybe it was courage. "Nyame boame," she whispered in her head. "God help me. If they found out who she was, she might not leave this building alive." Finally, it was her turn. The man in the suit looked at her. He looked at her short trousers and her worn shoes. He did not say anything. He just nodded. Amma picked up her bag of ingredients. She walked through the door. The room on the other side was not a normal kitchen. It was dark and quiet. There was one table in the center. A man sat there. He was looking at his phone. When Amma entered, he put the phone down. He looked up. This was Kang Min-jun. He was younger than she expected. His hair was black and neat. His eyes were very dark. They did not blink much. He looked at her like he was reading a book she had written. He did not say hello. He did not smile. "You may begin," he said. His voice was low. It sounded smooth, like dark chocolate, but cold. Amma walked to the counter. She unpacked her things. She had brought cocoyam leaves, some Korean soybean paste, perilla leaves, and spicy peppers. She was going to make kontomire stew, but she would mix it with Korean flavors. It was a dish about 2 worlds meeting. It was a dish about being lost. She started to cook. She chopped the leaves. She heated the oil. She talked to herself softly in Twi. "Wadwen pa. Think clearly." She did not think anyone could hear her. But Min-jun was watching. He did not move. He just watched her hands. He watched how she tasted the sauce. She burned her tongue on the hot spoon and winced, but she tasted it again. She bounced on her toes when she got the smell right. Min-jun stood up. He walked over to the counter. He picked up the notebook that had fallen out of her bag. He opened it. Amma froze. Her heart stopped. The notes were in Twi. Could he read it? He flipped through the pages. He looked at the recipes. He looked at the notes in the margins. His face did not change. He closed the book and handed it back to her. "Your grandmother wrote in Twi," he said. It was not a question. "Yes," Amma said. Her voice shook a little. "It is one of the languages from my home." "Sentimental," he said. "It is all I have left of her," Amma said. She took the book. Her hands were steady now. She had to be. She finished the stew. She put it in a stone bowl. She placed it in front of him. She stepped back. She waited. Minjun picked up his spoon. He took a bite. He chewed slowly. He did not look at her. He took another bite. Then he put the spoon down. "Why this dish?" he asked. Amma thought about lying. She thought about saying it was just food. But she looked at his eyes. They looked tired. So tired. Like he had not slept in years. "Because it is about being caught between two places," Amma said. "My grandmother made this when I felt lost. I felt lost in Ghana then. Now I am lost in Korea. So I made it both." Silence filled the room. It was heavy. Amma could hear the hum of the refrigerator. Minjun looked at the bowl. He took another bite. "You talk to yourself while you cook," he said. "Yes," Amma said. She did not apologize. She was tired of apologizing for being herself. "What were you saying?" he asked. "That I could do this," Amma said. "Can you?" he asked. Amma looked at him. Really looked at him. She saw the shadows under his eyes. She saw the way he held his shoulders, like he was carrying a heavy weight. "I am here, are not I?" she said. For the first time, something changed in his face. It was very small, maybe a hint of amusement, maybe just surprise. "The job requires you to live on the site," he said. "You will prepare 3 meals every day. Sometimes there will be guests. You will not ask questions about my work. You will not tell anyone outside where you are. Are you comfortable with that?" Amma should have said no. She should have asked what he did. Why the secrecy? Why the guards? But she thought about her landlord. She thought about her empty bank account. She thought about the photo of her father. "Yes," she said. "Why do you think you are qualified?" he asked. "You have less experience than the others. Your clothes are old. You look nervous." "Because I am not here to cook food that just tastes good," Amma said. "I am here to cook food that makes you feel something. Most people forget that. They cook for praise. I cook because I have to, because it is the only way I know how to speak when words are hard." Minjun stared at her. The silence stretched out. It felt like minutes. Then he nodded. "You start on Monday. Jihun will give you the details." Jihun, the man in the suit. He stepped out of the shadows. He smiled at Amma. It was a nice smile, but his eyes were sharp. As Amma walked out of the building, the cool air hit her face. She let out a breath she did not know she was holding. She had done it. She was in. But as she walked to the bus stop, she heard Jihun's voice behind her. He was on the phone. "Run her background," Jihun said. "Deep. I want to know everything about Amma Osei. Everything. Who her father was, who her friends are, where she goes." Amma kept walking. She did not turn around. Her heart was pounding like a drum. She had 72 hours before she moved into the house of the man she thought killed her father. On Monday, Jihun picked her up in a black car. He drove her out of the city, up into the hills of Seongbukdong. The roads were winding, trees lined the street. It was quiet here, too quiet. Amma held her 2 suitcases. That was everything she owned. "So," Jihun said as he drove. He sounded friendly. "No family in Korea?" "No," Amma said. "Just me. Must be lonely. I am used to it." "What about back home?" "Parents? Siblings?" "Brother in Ghana," Amma said. "Parents died when I was young." She watched him process this. Was he reporting back? She could not tell. "Your Korean is pretty good," Jihun said. "Where did you learn?" "Language apps, YouTube videos, trial and error," Amma said. "Mostly error." Jihun laughed. It sounded genuine. "Well, you are doing better than most. Mrs. Park will appreciate that. She hates repeating herself." "Is she always so serious?" "Mrs. Park has 2 modes, serious and asleep. You will get used to it." The estate was behind a high wall. There was a gate with a camera. Jihun pressed a button and the gate opened. They drove up a long driveway. The house was big. It was a mix of old Korean style and modern concrete. It did not look flashy. It looked strong, like a fortress. A woman was waiting at the door. She was older, with grey hair pulled back tight. She wore a simple grey dress. This was Mrs. Park. She looked at Amma like she was a bug on her shoe. "You are late," Mrs. Park said, even though they were exactly on time. "The traffic was bad," Jihun said. He was smiling. Mrs. Park did not smile back. She showed Amma to a small house in the garden. It was separate from the main house. It had a bedroom, a small living room, and a bathroom. It was nicer than any place Amma had ever lived. The bed was soft. The sheets smelled like lavender. "These are the rules," Mrs. Park said. Her voice was sharp. "Do not enter the main house after 10 at night. Do not go into Minjun's office. Do not go into his bedroom. Do not ask questions. Do your job. Cook the food. Leave it. Do not expect thanks." "Why is he so strict?" Amma asked. Mrs. Park's eyes narrowed. "What did I just say about questions?" She turned to leave. Then she stopped. "Do not get attached to him. People around Minjun do not stay long. Things do not end well for them." Then she left. Amma unpacked her clothes. She took out the photo of her father. She put it on the nightstand facing the wall. She did not want anyone to see it yet. Her phone buzzed. It was Kofi, her brother. "Did you arrive safely?" he asked. "Yes, the house is nice. Very quiet. Too quiet, maybe," Amma admitted. "But the pay is good, Kofi. Really good. I can send money home next month." "I do not need your money," Kofi said. His voice was firm. "I need you safe. Promise me you will be careful." "I promise." "And eat." "You forget to eat when you're nervous." Amma smiled. He sounded just like their grandmother. "I will eat. I am a chef. It is literally my job." Being a chef does not mean you feed yourself. Remember when you called me last year and you had only eaten instant noodles for 3 days? That was one time. Amma, fine. I will eat proper meals, I promise. After they hung up, Amma sat on the bed. The house was so quiet, she could hear the wind in the trees. She felt very far from home. That night, she cooked dinner. Braised short ribs with jollof rice. She made enough for 6 people, but Minjun ate alone. He came to the dining room at exactly 8:17 in the evening. He sat at the head of the long table. He did not look at his phone. He did not read. He just ate. He ate fast, like he was fueling a machine. He did not say thank you. He did not say it was good. He just ate. Amma watched him from the kitchen door. He looked exhausted. His eyes had dark circles under them. They looked like bruises. He finished his meal in 20 minutes. He stood up and walked away without a word. Amma cleaned the kitchen. She felt angry. She had worked hard on that food. She wanted him to say something, anything, but he acted like she was invisible. Later that night, Amma could not sleep. The silence of the estate was different from the silence of her apartment in Itaewon. In Itaewon, there was always noise. Cars, people, music. Here, it was dead quiet. At 2:30 in the morning, she heard footsteps. She got out of bed. She went to the window. She saw a light on in the main house. She saw a shadow pacing back and forth in the study, one way, then back, one way, then back. She counted. 47 steps one way, 47 steps back. Someone was walking in a cage. Amma went back to bed. She pulled the covers over her head. She was scared, but she was also curious. Who was this man who could not sleep? The next morning, Amma prepared breakfast. Scrambled eggs with toast, fruit, and tea. She was not sure what Minjun liked, so she made it simple. She left it on the dining table at 7:30, like Mrs. Park had instructed. At 8, she checked. The food was untouched, cold. She tried again at lunch. Kimchi fried rice with a fried egg. Simple, comforting. At 2, she checked. The plate was in the sink, but only half eaten. For dinner, she made doenjang jjigae, a Korean soybean paste stew. She added extra vegetables. She made the rice soft, the way her grandmother used to make it when Amma was sick. Minjan came at 8:17. He ate. This time, Amma did not watch from the door. She cleaned the kitchen and tried not to care. But then she heard his voice. "This is good." She turned. He was standing in the doorway, empty bowl in hand. "The stew, it is good," he said. "Thank you," Amma said. She did not know what else to say. He nodded and left. It was not much, but it was something. The next few days were the same. Minjun was rarely home for breakfast. Lunch was inconsistent. Dinner was at 8:17. He ate in silence. But now, sometimes, he would pause. He would look at the food, and Amma could tell he was actually tasting it. On the 5th day, Amma made jollof rice with kimchi. It was a bold mix. Some people would hate it. Some would love it. She waited nervously. Minjun came in at 8:17. He sat. He ate. Amma hovered in the kitchen doorway. She could not help it. Finally, he spoke. Is there something you need? Did you like it? Amma asked. He looked at her like she had asked a strange question. It was adequate. Adequate, Amma repeated. The word felt like a slap. Adequate. She had poured her heart into that dish. She had thought about her grandmother. She had thought about her father. And it was just adequate. Is adequate bad? Minjun asked. He looked genuinely confused. It is not good, Amma said. The food was fine. Fine and adequate are the same thing. They both mean you did not care. Minjun frowned. I ate all of it. You eat everything. You eat like a machine. I am busy. You are mean, Amma said. Then she realized what she had just said to her employer, her very dangerous employer. I am sorry. That was inappropriate. Minjun stared at her. Then something unexpected happened. He almost smiled. No one has called me mean in a very long time. Well, you are. Noted, he said. Then he left. Amma went to her room that night feeling hot with anger. She paced around her small house. Adequate. She kicked her suitcase. Why did it matter what he thought? He was a criminal. He was probably a monster. Why did she care if a monster liked her rice? But she could not stop thinking about his eyes. They were so sad. On the 6th day, Amma woke up early. She decided to explore. Minjun had left early for a meeting. Mrs. Park was at the market. Jihoon was outside by the gate. The main house was empty. Amma knew she should not go in. Mrs. Park had said no, but Amma needed to know. She needed to find proof. She walked to the main house. The door was unlocked. She slipped inside. The house was cold. The floors were polished wood. She walked down the hall. She found a door that looked different. It was heavy oak. It had a lock. This had to be the office. Kang Dae-jung's old office. Minjun used it now. Amma looked around. She saw a butter knife in a vase of flowers on a side table. It was not sharp, but it was metal. She took it. She went to the door. She tried to slide the knife into the lock. Her hands were shaking. Come on, she whispered. Nyame boami. It took 4 minutes. It felt like 4 hours. Every sound made her jump. Finally, there was a click. The door opened. She slipped inside and closed the door behind her. The room smelled like old paper and stale cigarettes. It smelled like a man who smoked too much and worked too hard. There were filing cabinets along one wall. A large desk sat in the center. On the desk, there was nothing but a single framed photo. Amma walked to the desk. She looked at the photo. It was Minjun and a young woman. She had paint on her cheek. She was smiling. She looked kind. This must be Jiwoo, the sister who died. Amma turned to the filing cabinets. They were labeled with years. She looked for 2009. That was when her father died. She pulled the drawer. It was heavy. She searched through the folders. External contractors. Consultants. Payments. Then she saw it. A folder labeled Kwame Osei. Her breath caught in her throat. Her hands trembled as she pulled it out. She opened it. There were papers inside. Receipts. Contracts. And a note in red ink. Terminated. April 2009. Location 7. Not a car accident. Terminated. Amma felt sick. Her father had been murdered, and this family had done it. She wanted to scream. She wanted to throw the papers everywhere, but she heard a sound outside. A car on the gravel. Minjun was back early. Panic hit her. She shoved the folder back into the drawer. She turned to leave. But as she moved, something fell out of her pocket. Her grandmother's recipe card. It fluttered to the floor. She did not see it. She ran to the door. She unlocked it. She slipped out into the hall. She heard the front door open. She ran to the side exit and slipped out into the garden. She hid behind a bush. She watched Minjun walk into the house. He looked tired. He walked straight to his office. Amma sat in the grass. Her heart was hammering so hard she thought it would break her ribs. She had been so close, too close. That night, Minjun came to her guest house. It was late. Past 10. Amma was sitting on her bed, staring at the wall. She jumped when she heard the knock. She opened the door. Minjun stood there. He held the recipe card in his hand. You were in my father's office, he said. His voice was quiet, but it was dangerous. Amma did not lie. She was too tired. She was too angry. Yes, she said. Why? He asked. Because my father was murdered, Amma said. Her voice shook, but she did not look away. Your father did it, did not he? Minjun did not deny it. He did not get angry. He just looked tired, so incredibly tired. He stepped inside. He closed the door. He sat on the small chair in the corner. "Sit down," he said. Amma stayed standing. "No." Minjun looked at the recipe card. He turned it over in his hands. "Your father's name was Kwame Osei. He came to Seoul for work when you were 11. They told you it was a car accident. Your grandmother never believed it." "How do you know that?" Amma asked. "Because I was there," Minjun said. "I was 17 years old. I did not pull the trigger, but I was there. I watched." Amma felt like the floor had dropped out from under her. "You watched. My father found out your father was copying financial records. He was going to take them to the police. My father's business was not just gambling, it was human trafficking. Your father could not let that happen, so my father killed him. He made it look like an accident. He buried him on this property." "Where?" Amma whispered. "In the garden. The northeast corner. There are 3 stones there. Your father and 2 others who tried to help him." Amma felt tears running down her face. She did not wipe them away. "Why are you telling me this?" "Because you deserve the truth," Minjun said. "And because I am tired of lying. My sister Jiwoo. She found out 6 years later. She found the files. Just like you did. She came to me and said we had to go to the police. I said no. I was scared. I said it would destroy us. She said she would do it alone. My father found out. He beat her to death. He called it a sudden illness." Minjun's voice broke. It was the first time Amma had heard emotion in his voice. It sounded like glass cracking. "I killed him," Minjun said. 3 days later, I made it look like a heart attack. I took his seat at the table, and for 8 years, I have been pretending to be him while I destroy everything he built. I have been gathering evidence. I have been waiting for the right time to bring them all down. Choi Sang-wook, my father's partner. He is the real spider. I need to catch him too. Amma stared at him. She wanted to hate him. She wanted to scream at him, but she saw the pain in his eyes. He was not a monster. He was a man trapped in a nightmare. "You covered it up," Amma said. "For 8 years." "Yes," Minjun said. "Because if I moved too soon, Choi would have disappeared. He would have rebuilt everything elsewhere. I needed evidence on the whole everyone." Amma slumped onto the bed. She put her head in her hands. "I want to see where they buried him." "I will show you," Minjun said. The next morning, Minjun took her to the northeast corner of the garden. The grass was green and wet with dew. There were 3 flat stones. They had no names on them, just stone. Amma fell to her knees. She touched the cold stone. She finally let herself believe it. He was gone. Not missing. Not maybe. Gone. She cried. It was not pretty crying. It was ugly and loud. 15 years of grief poured out of her. Minjun stood back. He did not touch her. He just waited. When she finally stopped, he handed her a handkerchief. "I am sorry," he said. "I know it means nothing, but I am sorry I did not stop it." "You were 17, Amma said. Her voice was hoarse. "I was old enough to know murder was wrong," Minjun said. "What happens now?" Amma asked. "That is up to you," Minjun said. "I can have Jihoon arrange documentation. You can go to the police. I will confess to everything I know. Or," he paused, "you can help me finish this. Bring down everyone involved, not just my father's organization. All of them, the networks that still operate, the ones still hurting people." "Why would I help you?" Amma asked. "Because your father tried to stop this," Minjun said. "He died trying. Is not finishing what he started the best way to honor him?" Amma looked at the stones. She looked at Minjun. He looked back at her. His eyes were open, honest. "Okay," she said. "I will help you." Minjun let out a breath. It sounded like he had been holding it for 8 years. "Thank you, but I have conditions," Amma said. "Name them. You eat breakfast every day. Real food, not just coffee." Minjun blinked. "That is your condition. You are trying to take down a criminal empire. You need energy. You look like you have not slept or eaten properly in years." "I have not." "Then we start there," Amma said. "Justice and proper meals. Both are important." For the first time, Minjun smiled, really smiled. Deal. Over the next 2 weeks, things changed. Amma was no longer just an employee, she was an ally. Minjun showed her the evidence room. It was a small room behind his office. It was filled with boxes, ledgers, recordings, bank trails. He had been building a case so solid that when it dropped, the whole network would burn. They worked late into the night. Amma cooked while Minjun sorted files. She learned his tells. When he was stressed, he arranged his chopsticks by size. When he was thinking hard, he tapped his pen exactly 3 times. When he was happy, he rubbed the back of his neck. He could not handle spicy food at all. She made him a mild stew one night, and he actually tasted it. He closed his eyes. "This is good," he said. "I know," Amma said. "You are just stubborn. I am a crime lord, not a food critic," he said. "You are a man who cannot handle pepper. It is embarrassing. It is a legitimate medical condition. It is called being weak. I have killed people. And yet a tiny pepper defeats you." For a moment he almost laughed. It transformed his whole face. He looked younger, lighter. One night, Amma was making fufu in the kitchen. She was pounding the cassava with a wooden pestle. It was loud. Thud, thud, thud. Minjun appeared in the doorway. "What are you doing?" he asked. "Making fufu." "It is from Ghana. It sounds like you are murdering someone. That is the process. You have to beat it until it is smooth." He watched her work. "Can I try?" Amma handed him the pestle. "You have to hit it hard, then fold, then hit again." Minjun tried. He hit too softly. "Harder," Amma said. He hit harder, but his rhythm was wrong. The cassava stuck to the pestle. "No, no, no," Amma said, laughing. "You are doing it all wrong. This is harder than it looks. Everything worth doing is." She stood behind him. She put her hands over his. She guided his movements. "Like this. See? Hit and fold, hit and fold." They walked together. Their hands moved in rhythm. Amma became very aware of how close they were standing. She could smell his soap. She could feel the warmth of his back against her chest. "I think I am getting it," Minjun said softly. "You are doing better," Amma said. Her voice sounded strange. They finished the fufu in silence. When it was done, Amma stepped back. The air felt different, charged. "Thank you," Minjun said, "for teaching me." "You are welcome," Amma said. He did not leave. He just stood there, looking at her. "I should go," he finally said. "Oh, yes," Amma agreed, but neither of them moved. Finally, Minjun turned and left. Amma stood in the kitchen, her heart pounding. This was dangerous. She was falling for him. She could feel it happening, and she did not know how to stop it. A few days later, Amma had a video call scheduled with Kofi. She almost cancelled it. She did not know what to say. How could she explain what she had learned? That their father had been murdered, that she was living with the son of the man who did it, that she was helping him take down a criminal empire. But Kofi would worry if she cancelled. So she answered the call. "Amma!" Kofi's face filled the screen. Behind him, she could see his kitchen in Accra. His wife was cooking. His kids were running around. It looked warm. It looked like home. "Hi, Kofi," Amma said. She tried to smile. "You look tired. Are they working you too hard?" "No, I am fine. Just adjusting." "How is the job? The family? Are they treating you well?" Amma thought about Minjun, about the late nights in the kitchen, about his sad eyes, about the way he looked at her sometimes, like she was something precious. "They are kind," she said. It was not exactly a lie. "Kind is not the same as good," Kofi said. "You are being careful, yes?" "Yes." "Amma," Kofi's voice got serious. "You sound strange. Is something wrong?" She wanted to tell him. She wanted to say, "I found him, Kofi. I found where they buried Papa. I found the man who watched him die." But she could not. Not over a video call, not when she did not understand it herself. "I am just homesick," she said. "I miss you. I miss the kids." "We miss you too. When are you coming home?" "I do not know. Soon, maybe." "Amma, if something is wrong, you can tell me. You know that, right?" "I know, Kofi. I promise I'm okay." After the call ended, Amma sat in the dark. She felt like she was split in two. Half of her was still that 11-year-old girl who lost her father. The other half was a 26-year-old woman who was falling for a man she should hate. There was a knock at her door. She opened it. Minjin stood there, holding 2 cups of tea. "You sounded sad," he said. "I thought you might need this." "How did you know I was sad?" I heard you on the phone. Your voice gets higher when you lie. Amma took the tea. I was talking to my brother. Did you tell him? No. Why not? Because I do not know how to explain this, Amma said. She gestured between them. Any of this? Minjun nodded. I understand. They sat on the steps of her little house. They drank tea in silence. The night was cool. The stars were out. Do you think your father would hate me? Minjun asked quietly. Amma thought about it. I think he would hate what your father did. But you? I do not know. Maybe at first. But my father was a good man. He believed people could change. He believed in second chances. I do not deserve a second chance. Maybe not, Amma said. But you are trying to earn one anyway. That counts for something. Minjun looked at her. You are extraordinary. You know that? I am just a chef. No, you are much more than that. The air between them felt heavy. Amma knew if she looked at him, something would happen. Something she could not take back. So she looked at the stars instead. I should go inside, she said. Yes, Minjun agreed. But he reached out and took her hand. Just for a moment. His hand was warm and rough. Then he let go and walked back to the main house. Amma went inside. Her hand still felt warm where he had touched it. One night, they were in the kitchen. It was late. The house was quiet. Amma was washing dishes. Minjun was drying them. They worked in silence. It was a comfortable silence. You remind me of her, Minjun said suddenly. Jiwoo, she had this light, like she believed the world could be better even when everything proved otherwise. What happened to that light? Amma asked. My father killed it, Minjun said. Then he corrected himself. No, I let him kill it. I was too scared to stop him. I will not make that mistake again. Amma turned off the water. She dried her hands. She looked at him. This man who should be her enemy. Who was risking everything to make her father's death mean something. This is insane, she whispered. Completely, he agreed. We should not, she said. We absolutely should not, he said. He stepped closer. He did not touch her. He just looked at her. The air between them felt thick, like electricity. Amma's heart was racing. She knew she should step back. She knew this was dangerous, but she did not want to. Minjun reached out. He touched her hand. His hand was warm, rough, real. Amma, he said. Yes, she said. He leaned in. He kissed her. It was soft, gentle. It was not like the movies. It was better. It felt like coming home. It felt like safety. Amma kissed him back. She grabbed his shirt. She held on tight. They stood there in the quiet kitchen, holding each other. No words. Just breathing. Just being alive. When they pulled apart, Mingjun rested his forehead against hers. I will protect you, he said. I promise. And I will keep you fed, Amma said. She laughed. It was a small sound, but it broke the tension. Someone has to make sure you eat. Mingjun smiled. A real smile. Okay, but the peace did not last. A few days later, Amma found something Minjun had missed. She was looking through an old ledger from 2009. In the margins, there was handwriting, her father's handwriting, a code, and beneath it, a name, Choi Sang-wook, handler. Choi did not just know about her father's murder, he ordered it. He was the one who pulled the trigger. Amma felt rage boil up inside her. It was hot and sharp. She grabbed the kitchen knife. She started for the door. Minjun blocked her path. Move, she said. No, he said. He killed my father, Amma shouted. And if you stab him, you die, Minjun said. His voice was calm but firm. And I lose you. And your father died for nothing because Choi wins. Let me go, Amma cried. She pushed against his chest. He did not move. He was like a wall. No, he said again. They screamed at each other. Real screaming. She called him a coward. He called her selfish. She threw a plate. It shattered against the wall. Pieces of ceramic flew everywhere. Then she collapsed. She sank to the floor. Minjun caught her. He sat down with her. They sat on the floor surrounded by broken plates. I need him to pay, Amma sobbed into his chest. He will, Minjun said. He stroked her hair. I promise, but let me do it the right way. Please, trust me. Amma closed her eyes. She took a deep breath. Okay, I trust you. That night, Choi Sang-wook came to the estate. He did not call. He just arrived. He stood in the foyer, smiling. He was an older man. He wore an expensive suit. He looked charming, but his eyes were cold, like a snake. Minjan, you have been keeping secrets, Choi said. A pretty little ghost from your father's past. How poetic. He looked at Amma. You have interesting features, chef. Where are you from? Ghana, Amma said. Her voice was steady. Ghana, Choi said. He rolled the word in his mouth. I knew a man from Ghana once. Long time ago. Kwame something. He was a problem. Amma's hand shook. Minjun stepped in front of her. She is under my protection. Is she? Choi said. Or is she your weakness? He smiled. The evidence you are collecting, it disappears. Or she does. Your choice. Choi left. The threat hung in the air like smoke. 2 days later, at 2:17 in the morning, the power died. The estate went black. Minjun burst into Amma's room. He was shirtless. He had a gun in his hand. His eyes were wide awake. They are here. Choi's men. At least 6. He pulled her into the hallway. Gunshots cracked outside. Ji-hoon was returning fire. Mrs. Park was screaming from somewhere downstairs. Come on, Minjun said. He guided Amma through the dark corridors. They moved fast. They went toward the basement safe room, but halfway there, Minjun stopped. The hard drive. All the evidence. It is in the study. Leave it, Amma said. If they burn it, 8 years dies. Your father dies for nothing. He turned back. Amma grabbed his arm. Then we go together. They ran to the study. Smoke was already curling under the door. Choi's men were inside. They were pouring gasoline on the files. Minjun kicked the door open. He shot once. 1 man went down. 2 others scattered. Minjun grabbed the hard drive and a metal lockbox. A fire started. A beam fell from the ceiling. It blocked the door. Flames licked the walls. The heat was intense. Amma pulled at the beam. It was too heavy. Minjun joined her. Together they heaved. They grunted with effort. Finally, the beam moved. Minjun shoved Amma through the opening. She stumbled into the hallway. Minjun followed just as the ceiling groaned behind them. They stumbled into the hall, coughing. Their clothes were singed. The study erupted in fire behind them. They ran down the hall, but Choi was waiting. He stood at the end of the corridor. He had a gun. Smoke billowed between them. Ji-hoon was lying on the floor. He was alive, but unconscious. Blood was on his head. Drop the drive, Minjun, Choi said, or I drop her. He aimed at Amma. Minjun stepped in front of her. You want the evidence? Here. He held up the hard drive. Let her walk out, and it is yours. Minjun. No, Amma said. Quiet, Minjun snapped. But his hand behind his back squeezed hers. A signal, Choi laughed. You always were soft, like your sister. She begged too, you know. Begged your father. Pathetic. Minjun's whole body went rigid. Amma felt the tremor run through him. Jiwoo did not beg, Minjun said. His voice was deadly soft. She threatened. She was brave. And you helped kill her. Amma looked at the gun in her waistband. Minjun had given it to her earlier. Her hands were shaking. She could shoot Choi. Kill him. End it. Instead, she aimed at the sprinkler pipe above Choi's head. She fired. The pipe burst. Water flooded the hallway. It blinded Choi. He coughed. He could not see. Minjun moved fast. He was like lightning. He disarmed Choi. He slammed him into the wall. He held the gun to Choi's head. Do not, Amma said. Please, do not be him. Minjun's finger trembled on the trigger. 8 years of rage. 8 years of grief. He looked at Choi. He looked at Amma. He lowered the gun. No, I am not. Sirens wailed in the distance. Ji-hoon had called them before the attack. The police were coming. Choi sank to the floor. He was beaten. The water soaked his expensive suit. He looked small now, not powerful, just a man who had made bad choices. The hospital was bright and white. Machines beeped. Minjun had a burn on his arm. He had smoke in his lungs. Ji-hoon had a concussion and stitches. Mrs. Park was unharmed, but she would not stop fussing over Ji-hoon. She brought him soup. She told him to eat. Choi was arrested. The hard drive was intact. It contained enough evidence to indict 47 people across 3 countries. The trafficking network collapsed within weeks. News reports talked about it for days. The Kang family name was cleared of the worst crimes thanks to Minjun's cooperation. Minjun faced charges. He had covered up crimes. He had run the organization. But because he helped the police, because he gave them everything, he did not go to prison. He got house arrest and probation. He lost his money. He lost his empire. But he kept his life. Amma visited him in the hospital. He was sitting up, staring out the window. He looked smaller in the hospital gown. "I thought I lost you," she said. "You almost did. Twice." She sat on the edge of the bed. She took his bandaged hand. "My father would have hated what your father did, but I think he would have liked you, the man you chose to become." Minjun's eyes closed. A tear slid down his cheek. He did not wipe it away. "I want to be someone he would have been proud to know." "You already are," Amma said. 6 months later, there was a small restaurant in Itaewon. It was called Amma's Kitchen. It was loud and cramped. It smelled like heaven. Jollof rice and gochujang, kontomire and doenjang, kelewele and kimchi, impossible mixes that somehow worked perfectly. The walls were painted warm yellow. There were photos everywhere. Amma's grandmother, her father, Minjun's sister Jiwoo, people who were gone but not forgotten. Amma was yelling at Minjun. He was wearing an apron that said assistant chef in English and Korean. He was trying to fold dumplings. He was terrible at it. "You are folding them wrong," she said. "They are leaking." "I am excellent at eating them," Minjun said. "That is what matters. That is not how employment works. You do not pay me. Exactly. So I can fire you anytime. You would not. You love me." Amma tried not to smile. "I tolerate you." "Same thing. Not even close." He kissed her flour-covered cheek. She swatted him with a dish towel, but she was smiling. Mrs. Park was at the front desk. She was the manager now. She had an iron fist. "Table 4 is waiting," she yelled. "Stop flirting and work." "We are not flirting," Amma called back. "You are always flirting. It is disgusting. I am too old for this." Jihoon came in often. Today he had a new girlfriend. She looked nervous. Jihoon was completely relaxed, already ordering half the menu. "You are a house husband now," Jihoon said to Minjun. "Look at you, apron and everything." "I am a chef's assistant," Minjun said with dignity. "It is a noble profession. It is cute," Jihoon's girlfriend said. "See?" Jihoon grinned. "Cute. I used to terrify you," Minjun said. "You used to have money and power. Now you have an apron with a stain on it." Minjun looked down. There was, indeed, a stain. "This is turmeric. It does not come out. Tragic," Jihoon said, not sounding sympathetic at all. Once a month, Amma and Minjun visited the cemetery. Her father had a proper headstone now. It said Kwame Osei, beloved father, truth seeker. The other 2 men who died with him had headstones too. Their families had been found. They had been told the truth. Amma spoke to him in Twi. She told him about the restaurant. She told him about the customers who came back every week. She told him about Minjun, who was learning to cook Ghanaian food, slowly and badly, but with love. Minjun stood back, then he stepped forward. He placed white chrysanthemums on the stone. "Thank you," he said quietly, "for raising a daughter who is stronger than both of us. She saved me. I hope you know that." That night, above the restaurant, Amma stood at the window, soul spread out below them. Lights, noise, life. It had become home. Minjun came up behind her. He wrapped his arms around her waist. He rested his chin on her head. "Do you ever regret it?" she asked. "All of it." "I regret the years I spent alone," he said. "I do not regret anything that led me to you." "Smooth talker," Amma said. "I learned from the best," Minjun said. She leaned back into him. Below, the restaurant hummed with laughter and clinking plates. Somewhere in the distance, a siren wailed. But here, in this small space, there was only the steady beat of his heart and the smell of home. Amma thought about her journey. She thought about the interview, the fear, the anger, the truth. It had been hard. It had been scary. But she had found what she was looking for. She had found justice for her father, and she had found love for herself. She closed her eyes. She listened to the city. It sounded different now. It did not sound like a threat. It sounded like a promise. Tomorrow, they would cook again. They would serve food to strangers. They would make people feel something. That was enough. That was everything. Minjun squeezed her hand. Are you hungry? He asked. Always, Amma said. Good, he said. Because I made extra rice. Did you burn it? Only a little bit. Amma laughed. It was a bright, clear sound. It filled the room. It was the sound of someone who was finally free. They went downstairs to join the others. Jihoon was telling a story about his new girlfriend's mother, who apparently hated him already. His girlfriend was laughing and hitting his arm. Mrs. Park was scolding a customer who tried to leave without paying. The customer looked terrified. The kitchen was full of sound and heat and life. Amma took her place behind the counter. Minjun stood beside her. They worked together. They did not need to say anything. They knew what the other was thinking. They were a team. A young woman came in. She looked lost. She looked at the menu like she could not read it. First time here, Amma asked in Korean. Yes, the woman said. I am not sure what to order. I do not know this kind of food. Do you trust me? Amma asked. The woman hesitated. Then she nodded. Yes. Good, Amma said. I will make you something special. She made jollof rice with kimchi, the same dish she had made for Minjun on her 5th day, the dish he had called adequate, the dish that had made her so angry. She served it to the woman. The woman took a bite. Her eyes widened. This is amazing, she said. What is it called? It is called being caught between two worlds, Amma said, and finding out that is exactly where you belong. The woman smiled. She did not understand, but she would. Someday she would. Amma went back to the kitchen. Minjun was washing dishes. She stood next to him and started drying. They worked in comfortable silence. This was their life now. It was not perfect. It was complicated, but it was theirs. And for the first time in a long time, that was all that mattered. The end.